Hi, I'm Selena Jules, and I'd like to ask you a question. When you think of a fun family day of entertainment, do you see yourselves walking the grounds of a facility with improperly housed, malnourished animals prone to depression? That's not my idea of fun either. But for centuries, society has used zoos for entertainment. Zoos are not the proper setting for animal welfare. The lack of proper management and regulatory conditions at zoos is detrimental to the physical and mental health of wildlife. As shared on their website, the organization, Born Free, has over 30 years of investigations and has well-documented findings that reveal many zoos are inadequate and do not meet the needs of the animals. Through my own personal experience and research, I have noted some of the dangers and issues. Perhaps some of you share the opinion of organization, such as the World Associates of Zoos and Aquariums, and believe conservation efforts outweigh the problems they face in captivity. But this is not the case. Consider for a moment the social isolation of our current pandemic. Although this is a temporary time confinement, many people are already experiencing mental and physical issues. Imagine what we would undergo if these conditions were for a lifetime. This is a necessary short-term tool for us, but a long-term animal confinement is not a necessity. Today I will be discussing 3 key factors that have negative impacts on zoos. First, I will discuss the insufficient training given to zoo employees and the impact that has on the animals. There are over 10,000 zoos worldwide, and lack of training leads to animal neglect or abuse. Under both conditions, animals have been known to experience something called animal madness. By means of brainpick.org, we can define animal madness as a mental illness formed by fear, stress, and abuse. In the next video news clip, you can hear the consequences of years of animal mistreatment and zoos.
Breaking news in central Iowa. The Animal Rescue League is giving us new details about its rescue at Cricket Hollow Zoo. KCCI's Ticia Muzinga is live at the nonprofit. Ticia, what are the details of this rescue? What have you learned?
The ARL is now taking care of more than 150 animals taken from that zoo. Now, some of them had sores and they were in cages far too small. Now, we've also learned that the rescue involved a wide variety of animals like black bears, baboons, horses, raccoons. Now, officials with the ARL says it was part of a 6-year-long animal neglect investigation involving Cricket Hollow Zoo. They're now looking to file a lawsuit against the owner, and they say the animals may have to go through recovery.
As you can see in the video clip, local authorities shared that animals would need treatment from the situation. In addition to employee education, the second negative key factor at zoos is the improper food distribution for various breeds. According to New York Times, Dr. Ellen Deerenfield of the Bronx Zoo conducted a study of blood samples of wild rhinos and rhinos in captivity, and wild rhinos had better vitamin levels. Often animals are fed improper foods that do not meet their dietary requirements. This leads to malnutrition, diseases, breeding problems, and early death. Take this plate, for example. At first, the plate represents a full, nutritious diet. When I leave one item on the plate and only eat that one item over and over and over again, it will no longer sustain a healthy human diet. This is the same for zoo animals. Not only do these 2 factors have a negative impact, but also restrictive living conditions. That brings me to my last point: poorly constructed enclosures. According to organization Freedom for Animals, lions and tigers have up to 18,000 times less space in zoos than in the wild, and polar bears have 1 million times less space in zoo enclosures. Many of these animals spend 25% of their day just pacing, and this sort of confinement contributes to mental health issues. The animals live shorter lives because they cannot run, hunt, or roam freely. They have limited opportunities to utilize instinctual behaviors. Take a look at this picture. This is a tiger in the wild. In the wild, they can travel across a habitat that can span 7.7 square miles for a female and 39 square miles for a male. But in zoos, they live their lives in tiny enclosures. As for these elephants, in the wild they live with as many as 100 elephants and walk 40 miles a day. In zoos, usually they're isolated or in small groups. They show constant signs of distress like head bobbing. In conclusion, today I've shared with you 3 of the leading causes as to why zoos are not proper facilities for wildlife. I have addressed the opposing views. First, I discussed employee training impact. Second, I explained failure in food distribution. And third, I expressed the consequences of small enclosures. I have also expressed the overall harmful effects that lack of proper management and improper regulatory conditions at zoos have on the physical and mental health of wildlife. I hope today I have persuaded you to reconsider the social views of visiting zoos for entertainment. Also, if you have conservation concerns regarding protection and education, then I consider instead supporting sanctuaries, which are mainly temporary, free-roaming, better management facilities that do not jail or caged animals. Thank you.